All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful, it is an absolutely beautiful Friday morning. The sun is shining, and the roosters, well, they're ambitious. They are ambitious today. May the Lord bless all of you in the name of Jesus the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, guys. I want to go over some Bitcoin TA. I want to mark out some levels, some targets, do Ethereum, the Ethereum US dollar pair, Ethereum Bitcoin pair, talk about Ripple, talk about Litecoin, talk about Binance Coin. Guys, a lot of cool stuff is happening with these coins, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to enter into some really good trades and make some good gains on these trades. And yeah, shout out to C-137 in the chat. Hit the like button, guys. Yeah, we're actually, C-137, he's actually with me right now. We're going to do a little combined stream. He's going to go through some TA as well. In fact, yeah, let me just bring him in right now. C-137, man, are you there?
Hello.
What's going on? Let's just make sure that the sound is good. Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear C-137?
How are you guys doing? Fun times, right?
These are the fun times. Everyone loves you, bro. Everyone loves you in the chat.
I try to keep it lifted up, keep the spirits lifted.
That's good, man. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Hey, man. Well, you know what? Why don't you just go through and start doing some TA and then we can talk about it.
Sure.
Because I've got my stuff marked out. You know, I've got my charts ready to go here.
I got you.
But yeah, why don't we? Since you're a special guest, man, let's do it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and if you share your screen with me in Discord, then I can show you to the fine ladies and gentlemen out here.
The amazing Jason crew. Are you able to see my screen?
Let me check it out here. Yeah, I am, absolutely. So let me make this full screen and see if I can, I know that there's a way to pop this thing out.
I think if you go to like the screen on the top where you're able to see it, on the bottom right, like where the options are at, where it says turn on camera, stop streaming, mute, on the very right, there'll be like a pop out and full screen option.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was not letting you do it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, pop out. Yeah, I guess this might be as good as we can get here.
No biggie. I mean, I can pretty much get most of it out with it like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you okay with me starting?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So you're gonna go over the Bitcoin price action right now?
For sure. So I mean, pretty much Bitcoin's looking pretty good. I mean, I'm on the 4 hour right now. When we entered this entire trading range, what I like doing is I like picking specific conditions where the trend is bound by a range. It makes it easier to read the oscillator readings because since the oscillator readings are very linear, when you look at them, they're kind of hard to read as far as trends go. So if you find a trend, no matter what time frame, it's really good to kind of isolate the price and keep it within a range. Because once you do that and you go to the oscillator, the readings are more accurate. You know, since we're bound by these ranges on the oscillator, a lot of people they tend to kind of just like draw lines and look at the oscillator. But really, if you isolate the price like this, like for example these highs, like how this one is inside of the range and this one's above. When you look at the indicator, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. When you look at the indicator, it's not as easy to read because according to this, these two are the same, but obviously the price action is different. So like people can misinterpret certain divergences and stuff. But I mean, everything is good, right? I just wanted to explain why I kind of do this. Everything is good so far. Very key level right here that I marked out and worked my way up to minor levels, and then these dark levels are very, very key as well. So like I have the 58,927 level as very, very hard resistance, 57,860 as the same thing, and the 56,358. I think this is going to be very key to break, honestly, just because of how much resistance is on there. I verified this with the the VPVR, which is a great indicator, guys. If you guys don't have this, it could be very strong for identifying which levels are going to be key levels as far as support and resistance goes. So I went to the hourly as well to zoom out. Sometimes, it's good to get like consolidated data and data by itself. And as you can see, this level has a lot of strong resistance, and it seems like almost as if we were to break this level right here, maybe tap it and go above it and hold it, it seems like we could maybe have a possibility of going through just because there's less volume in these areas. And I personally believe that our last resort, as far as everything bearish happening, would be the 58,927. That's kind of like an overview. Currently, we just came out of this descending wedge. I was talking about this on one of my videos. It's really good, guys, to map out these key levels and verify with the VPVR to kind of see where the price is going to have a reaction at. 9 times out of 10, it's really just seeing what levels are going to do what, and then the rest is just, it's not necessarily a 50-50 coin flip, but with proper TA and knowing where things are going, you can kind of see the direction of the trend. So we're descending, and I noticed that we wanted to go above. So I also just went to this website right here.
Hey man, let me jump in for a second.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If you go back to the chart, yeah, so I like your levels, the 56,300 level. That is like a really strong resistance, and I think if we can break that, we're going to see another move to the upside, maybe get to at least 58, potentially even 61. I have some people in the chat here who are asking about the VPVR indicator, how you get that set up and how you use that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so for anyone who has a subscription with TradingView, you can go to the indicators right here and go to volume profile and then click on visible range. Now, for those that don't, because I didn't have the paid version for a little bit, you can go to the public library. You can type in poor man's volume profile by this guy right here, Idar, something like that. And you can click on it, and it pretty much gives you the same thing. It's really just how you interpret the data. So like you have, it'll point out which parts of are the peaks, and it lines up with the real indicator very well. So, I mean, there's the free one and the subscription version. That's how you get it, guys.
Yeah, and just so people are aware, what it's doing is it's marking out areas of extremely high volume, very high liquidity in the market, which can act as support and resistance zones. It's actually very important if you're marking out some of your levels, right?
Exactly. You want to know where those key levels are, so that way your trading is more efficient.
Yeah, it's actually showing you, in terms of volume, the liquidity in the market, how many, there's a lot of buying and selling happening when you get those areas of high volume. And it's you can see how they line up very well with your black lines of hard resistance, where
Oh yeah. Once we blow past this one, it's kind of game time from there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Oh
yeah.
So as far as the future goes, what do you see as far as today and the weekend? Do you think we're going to be able to break through some of those resistances and hit some highs, or do you think we're going to drop back down?
So I mean, on the weekends, right, like with anyone trading, I would definitely be super careful, just because the weekends things tend to be very, very, very bearish, because anything that happens causes that CME gap, and I haven't really seen them play out much, but as time is continuing, they're playing out very, very well. So over the weekend, I would kind of sit on the sidelines, but currently, just basing it off of the chart, it seems like we may be forming some sort of a inverse head and shoulders here. I was looking at this yesterday. Here, let me. And again, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, so people might already see this. But the thing is about an inverse head and shoulders is that it just shows momentum towards the upside, very, very, in a very aggressive manner. So the inverse head and shoulder, really, if you look at it, is an accumulation zone that breaks down, followed by another accumulation zone that breaks up, and now we're forming another consolidation zone or accumulation phase that's gonna dictate whether or not the price breaks up or down. And it seems like we want to break up, but I trade very very binarily, like I go one step at a time. So honestly, for anyone watching, we just have to take a look at this level right here, the 55,283, and if we break it with volume, we have to look at a test of this level. I don't think we're going to break it over the weekend. I think we may just go ahead and go above and kind of form a new trading range. And then from here, this is really going to dictate how we're going to go from there. That's kind of as far as I see it going.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people are expecting us to dump back down to the 50K or below. Um, in fact,
Oh, okay.
I'm looking for those lower levels too, but I would really like to see a retest of 58K or potentially even 61K um, before we come down again. Because I kind of view us right now as we're in an area of overall on the macro consolidation. Because we hit an all-time high and then we had a dump, and usually when that happens, we find ourselves consolidating for a few weeks, and we have a lot of ups and downs, and people getting super bullish, and then people getting super bearish, and then you know and then when everybody's expecting Bitcoin to go to zero, that's when we start a massive run up again.
That's when the deal's good. You got to get it at a discount.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I could definitely see us going back to that 50,000 because that's that inverse head and shoulders back here that I have, and it's just very great support overall. That'd be a great place to see Bitcoin at for longing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to cut you off. So
Oh, you're fine.
are you in any trades right now?
Currently no, currently no. I traded this descending triangle. I put it on my stream or on my YouTube, and this didn't really have much resistance as far as getting up there, so I didn't really have to go too crazy as far as setting my stop loss higher, wanting to get out. But no, kind of hit my target, which was the top of the wedge, and right now I'm just kind of waiting it out. Like you said, to see if we tap this area of high liquidity and just dump all the way down to this very key support down here, or if we tap it and hold. Right now I'm just waiting to see it play out. That's really a lot of times where traders kind of mess up is they get a little impatient. They don't let the price come to them. They don't let Bitcoin do the work for them. I think a lot of people just have to have a very relaxed mindset with trading and just chill and enjoy it. It's a very great time to live it to live in right now. No need to stress it out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really, like you were saying before, a lot of times Bitcoin will just fall into these ranges. Like we were in a range for the past few days between 54 and 55K, and man, there were some really nice longs and shorts in there. You just long the support, short the resistance, back and forth.
Exactly. Play the trend. Exactly.
I've
Let it work for you.
I've got someone in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Keeper. He says there's a lot of unrecovered liquidity below the huge pump from 47K, and he's right. There's a lot of unrecovered liquidity, down at the 45, 46, and even like 43 $1,000 levels. It doesn't really seem that way right now as far as your volume indicator goes, but that's because just there's overall more trading now than there was back then. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because right now, a lot of I think honestly, you kind of hit the nail right on the head because I think the issue that we had up here, the reason why we dumped is because you have like a lot of new traders that they don't want to be patient. They kind of want them quick gains, and I think we kind of got overinflated with too many high leverage long positions, and so everything that's happening right now is really based off. But it's kind of like a new phase of things. You have phases for everything in life. When you start doing something in like in school, when you graduate or not graduate, let's say you pass a grade, and then you go to 10th grade, and you have your people coming into 9th grade, and they don't know what they're doing. That's kind of what's happening. We graduated, and you have like the 9th graders, the freshmen coming in, and just kind of learning how to play the market, and we're just recovering from a lack of knowledge as to how to trade. And I think what's coming next is going to be the beginning of a really fresh move.
Yeah, I would like to see a fresh move. I definitely do not think that the bull market is coming to an end. I just don't think that. I know a lot of people are throwing that idea around, and obviously we won't know until we start forming lower highs on like the weekly. But
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking for some all-time highs as well. And currently, I'm long on Bitcoin. I'm long on Ethereum right now. Low leverage trades, longs. I was long this morning. High leverage, higher than usual for me. I got out of it though before the stream, so. But
That's the way to go.
yeah, man, you don't want to be in a high leverage long in a stream, especially since I was trading on MARGEX, which is a new exchange I've been using, and they don't let you take partial profits.
Really?
Yeah, but you can have multiple longs at the same time. So you could have you could open 3 longs at the same time and just close out one. Um, but I don't know. I just get nervous. But yeah, right
Oh,
now,
that's really good.
wow, my Bitcoin longs up 15%, my ETH longs up 13%. That's pretty good. Yeah, wow, look at that Bitcoin candle right now is pumping on the 1 hour.
That's insane.
That's pumping. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Yeah, same. I looked at it. I was like, wait, Bitcoin's doing a thing. What is this? What is it doing?
Man, maybe I should have stayed in that high leverage Bitcoin long.
Stuff like that only happens when you get out. Only when you get out.
Right. If I had stayed in, yeah, it would have been down to 0 right now. So everybody who's long should thank me
Yeah, right.
for getting out of that.
We had Jason do it first.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Trash Badger BTC who says, praise Yeshua. Good day, people. Amen. Yes, praise Yeshua, Jesus. Good day to you as well. So we have somebody in the chat who is asking, what is unrecovered liquidity? Do you want to touch on that?
You can go ahead. You can touch on that. I'm really I'm okay with like unrecovered liquidity, like terms like that, but that kind of sounds a little bit too much for me right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of keep it kind of simple.
It basically just means that there's a lot of liquidity. There's zones of high liquidity that have not been retested. That's all it really means. And we don't have to retest those areas. It's not a rule that says just because we had an area of high volume that we need to go back and retest that. It just a lot of times does happen. So it's something to keep in mind when we're looking at the charts. If you see an area down low where there was a lot of volume, you want to just keep that in the back of your mind to say, yeah, price could retrace down to that area. We could get a bounce off of that area. It looks like right now we're testing again this 55 resistance right here, and we've been unable to actually hold that with a 4-hour candle for the past few days. So let's see what happens right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. How do you go about identifying those levels, Jason, when it comes to finding like areas of unrecovered liquidity and such?
Well, I just use the volume indicator like you do, and then I also just look for just zones of where there's a lot of daily candle open and closes. Because if price is trading in a range for quite some time, then you can just see it on the chart. There's a lot of liquidity here. There's a lot of buying and selling going on, and price will tend to retrace to those areas, even if you don't have the volume indicator on. If you see a lot of daily open and closes, that's a great place to draw a line of support and resistance, because price will tend to retrace to those areas, because the market, the whales, they will bring price back to those areas in order to fill large orders.
It's all about the big players too.
Yeah.
I think one thing I also learned when I started trading is have you ever heard of the Wyckoff method or the Wyckoff method?
No.
It's a really good starting base for any trader, in my opinion. I was looking at, because I didn't know what I was doing at the time. So his name is Richard D. Wyckoff, and he has like a philosophy of how he sees the price cycles working. So I think when people understand this, it makes it a little bit more clear. Like when you have an oversold accumulation area where demand is greater than supply and there's a markup, there will be a distribution area where it will either be overbought or it'll be kind of neutral and it'll go up. But for the most part, it'll be overbought and supply will be greater than the demand and it'll go down. And it's really good, in my opinion, just to like learn not to trade off of with Bitcoin, but it kind of shows you, like they tell you the phases in the market and what you're looking at. Like when you have like a drop in price right here where it says spring, it'll tell you let me see if I can find it. It doesn't say, but they'll say like a spring is kind of like shaking off the weak hands before the run up, like where everyone gets FUD and they leave, but then Bitcoin like turns right back around. It explains why a lot of things happen in the market that not a lot of people know. It's just good stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard those principles, but I didn't know it was a Wyckoff was the guy who did that.
The dude. Just good stuff to know. I really honestly I looked into it. I'm like, what is this? And it hurt my head because I was trying to trade Bitcoin based off of that, and it would work sometimes, but I think the principles really helped out more. Like the fundamentals of the market that come with experience.
Right. Yeah. Somebody is bringing up the fact that Ethereum is coming out of a channel. I don't know if it actually is coming out of a channel. I know that it's trading in this large channel here. This is the daily time frame, and it looks like every time we come up and hit this diagonal, we get a rejection off of it, which is just really interesting. Do you want to go? You want to talk a little bit more about Bitcoin, or do you want to go into Ethereum?
Oh, we can go into ETH, man. I love the whole crypto space.
You love ETH too? You don't hate?
Oh, no. ETH, I always say this. I think Ethereum is like the gentleman's Bitcoin, man. You know what I mean? more patient traders. No, ETH, I think ETH really, I'd say honestly, it's okay to trade ETH, but I mean, honestly, I'd say hodling ETH, you get the most out of it just because of what's happening with Ethereum and the entire Ethereum 2.0 and this upgrade coming up in July. I mean, right now, I had this, it's kind of like a double bottom inside of this ascending triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assumed that, this would be the projected price target. But
what's your target, just out of curiosity?
Oh, yeah. 3,082.
That's interesting, man, because 3,082. I was messing around with some fib extension levels for ETH, and I have a target right around 3,200. I didn't even notice the pattern that you had there, but I will say for Ethereum that the bearish divergences are pretty intense. I mean, I'm right now on the daily chart. It looks like there's one forming. There's one on the 12-hour chart. That's officially confirmed. We've got a confirmed bearish divergence going on, and where we're seeing the price consistently forming higher highs right along this trend line, and then the momentum is making lower lows. And it's interesting because we're finding support right now. I don't know. Can you see my screen right now or not?
Yeah, I see it.
We're finding support on this 618 extension, and it seems like we've been, for the past 2 days or so, we've been kind of finding a strong support right here. So I don't, what do you think about this? Do you think we're going to see some lower prices right now because of all these divergences forming out? And do you think, I don't know, have you noticed this channel that we've been trading in for quite some time here, or not too much?
I haven't noticed that specific one. Just overall, I think Ethereum, because I mean Ethereum was performing well when Bitcoin was down, so I think a lot of traders are buying Ethereum, anticipating that this July upgrade, the burning upgrade, the IP 1559, is gonna really shoot up the price. So I think people right now are kind of buying in anticipation for those massive gains that are going to come July, once it's like worth a lot more than what it is now with the whole gas fees and everything. I think we'll retrace slightly. Overall, in my opinion, just basing it off of the fundamentals and the technicals, I think we'll hold pretty good.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, the corn is pumping, someone says. People are asking who's on the stream with me. Okay, this is C-137. Let me drop his YouTube link into the chat here.
Everyone's like, who is this guy?
Yeah, here. Let me put your link in the description of the video here too, so people can find you after the fact.
It's a good day today. Really good day.
It is a good day, man. All right, guys, while I'm in the description of the video, if you have not yet signed up for Bybit, you can get $1,600 plus 15% interest if you use my affiliate link. Also, if you sign up for MARGEX, the exchange, you can get $100, $50 just for signing up, $100 if you deposit 0.004 BTC. I've been trading a lot on this lately. I was actually just in a trade on here this morning. If you don't have Market Cipher, you can get 5% discount with this code here if you use my affiliate link. Then, of course, guys, I do have the trading course, jasoncaspertrading.com. If you want to get into all this technical analysis and gain the knowledge and skills you need to become a profitable, confident trader, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This is the outline. We go through everything from basic TA, support and resistance, Fibonacci, trend lines, all that stuff. We go through Market Cipher, how to use it, how to find those really good trade entries. Trading strategy, where I actually show you how to create and backtest your own strategy, as well as giving you strategies that I already use that are very profitable and successful. And so if you're interested in that, go to jasoncaspertrading.com. There's a link in the description. And yeah, let me get you guys a discount code for that. Let me get you guys a discount code for that real quick here.
Yeah, if you guys haven't bought the course, I would definitely recommend it. It's more of like an investment to yourself. So whenever you're thinking about getting the course, just do it, because most of the stuff you buy, in your everyday life, you'll buy like a watch or like some shoes, like a shirt. But when you buy the course, think of something you're buying for yourself. You will definitely make a lot of money because of it, guys. It's all right there. It's all laid out, one by one steps. You'll definitely get a lot of value from it, instead of just going to YouTube and like listening to different YouTubers kind of like go against the same subject. Like one will explain this indicator a certain way, but Jason has a very good idea on how supply and demand zones work. So if you guys haven't bought the course yet, and look, 10% discount if you haven't even gotten that yet, I would highly recommend it, just so you can get a jump on the market and get more experience.
Wow, man, you're a pretty good Jason Casper show.
I try, man. I try to be what are those people? An announcer. There we go. Just gotta tell people how it is, man. The truth.
I appreciate that, brother. Hey,
value always finds its way.
Justin H says that the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy played out around 8 a.m. Yeah, guys, that I do have. I don't know if. Are you familiar with the 4-hour, 24-minute thing that I do?
Yeah. I seen a video a long time ago about it. You go to like the 4-hour, right, and then you look for a money flow crossover on the 24 as well, right? And then once you see that and you use the Wolfpack ID, then you go back to the 4-hour, I think.
Yeah,
I've seen it. Is that it?
That is it. I kind of want to see this play out, because I've been long on BTC for a while here, and but man, look at this awesome candle we got going on.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's see. So we had a 4-hour green dot printing here, April 30th at about 0 o'clock. And let's see where that happened. 0 o'clock. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. As soon as this 4-hour GD starts printing, we get that money flow cross confirmed on the 24-minute. Could have entered right there, and you would be up right now a massive 2.5%. Absolutely massive. I mean, for Bitcoin these days, that is quite a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, man, I love this candle. I love this 4-hour candle.
That's nice.
Doesn't it just get you excited when you see a giant? Well, you use green candles. When I see that big blue, coming across my screen, it just gets me in the zone. Man. Look at that beautiful.
It hits a FOMO button.
Yeah, it makes me hit the FOMO. Speaking of that, y'all, FOMO into the like button. FOMO in. The like button is blasting off to outer space.
That's a nice like button.
Yeah. All right, man.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I cut you off. I shilled myself. You shilled me. We were in the middle of
an exciting blue candle.
An exciting blue, yeah. When are you gonna switch to blue and purple, man?
Oh,
when are you gonna switch?
What, man? I was gonna actually ask you, like, when I go on here, like, I didn't know which blue you use, so I was gonna type you up on Discord and be like, which one you use, because I wanted to get the right one.
It's the one in the second row from the top.
Second row from the top, right here.
Yep, that's it, man. That's the blue. Oh nice. Wow, look at how beautiful.
And then the other one is.
It's the purple right next to it, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I
don't get fancy. I don't get fancy with it.
Okay. I thought you had some custom color. I'm like, man, those colors are nice. You know what? I'm gonna change it right now. Nice, yeah, I don't like looking at the red and green too much, because I think that's the psychology of it. Once you see like, oh, that's beautiful, that really does relieve the eyes.
I know,
when
right?
you see like a red candle, it hurts your mentality, you know?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. I think red candles, in my opinion, are like very good opportunities. You know, sit in the sideline, see it go down, and then just buy it up.
Yeah, for sure, man. Look at this pump. This is nice.
Oh yeah, very very healthy recovery, honestly. When we broke down below this level.
Yeah, so I would be really keeping my eyes on that 56,358 level right there, and if we get, you know, if we get up to that 56,385 level, you know, for me, I don't know how you'd be playing it, but for me,
Yeah,
if we get up there, I'd be looking for a rejection. That
exactly.
would be my first instinct, is to look for a short opportunity.
Yeah, that happened right here before as well.
Yeah.
For those that haven't really been looking at the market.
So are you big into like shorting as well? Or are you?
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah. I mean, people have this thing against shorting and whatnot. I just think it's part of what comes with trading. Kind of like how nature, is the way it is. Like you're born, and then you have all these animals out there that are really, they're meant to like, eat off of other animals. But we're humans, and we have like intellect. I think that's really what it comes into. Is really just having the intellect to know when to short.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You can, as long as you're shorting in a very healthy direction. There's no reason why anyone should not make gains along the way. Let Bitcoin do all the work for you.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Just got to be healthy with it. And that's
Yeah.
really it. And some people will like short in like very bad spots and get wrecked and be like, oh, I hate short selling. It's like, nah, just gotta reevaluate everything. I think a lot of people get wrecked too easily, and they want to blame the market, but I think resiliency is like a really big thing. Is like recovering back from a fallout and just being stronger than you were before,
Hmm.
and that will lead you to be like an awesome trader.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right for sure. So my you know, if we do break through that 56,385 level, then my targets for that would basically be after that, like the 56.5 area. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, if we break through the 56.5 area, then I'm looking higher, like 58 and then 61.
Oh yeah. When we break this first level, I might, if I might get in on like really good signs of strengths, but like once you break this level, it's like you said, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna go insane.
Yeah, and then I think we're probably going to get a rejection off of, because if we go to the daily time frame here and just kind of do this, we had this nice trend line forming here, and I think what very well could happen is if we come up and we get, we blast off and we hit this trend line, you have actually an area marked out like the 59.5-ish area. We get a really nice rejection off of that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see that. Nice.
Um, yeah, but when I'm looking to short, like if I want to short off of a resistance, I don't know how you do it, but I love to use Market Cipher to come in and check out what's happening at those levels, like even on just like the 3-minute time frame, where like I find that if you have a level marked out, and I don't know if you do it the same way or not, but if you have a level marked out and price comes up to that level, when you zoom in on the lower time frames, like right here, this is a perfect example. We come up to a resistance, we come up to it, we come down below it, we get a retest, and immediately, Market Cipher is showing me that, we're coming up to a resistance, and on the lower time frames, we're getting a clear direction downward. Like, we're printing lower highs on the momentum waves, and that's how you can tell that we're not actually going to hold that level. We're not actually going to break through that level. As opposed to something like this, when we're coming up to a resistance down here, you can see that Market Cipher is actually showing us that we're going to come right through that resistance. Because it's showing us an upward direction, and we can see the money flow kind of curving up. And it always works best if you get like a retest of the level. So you come up to the resistance, rejected, retest, you see the money flow curving down on the lower time frames, and you would know to short that. And then same on the support, you come up, you get the retest, you see the money flow is curving up. That's how you know to long that. And for me, that's how I get some really, really good like scalp entries right there. It's pretty reliable, to be honest with you. It's pretty reliable, especially if you can find a divergence, like right here where the price is printing a higher high and then momentum is also printing, you know, I mean, you could even draw this out from all the way back here where price is printing higher highs, momentum's printing these lower highs, and you know, we're coming up to a resistance at the same exact time. I mean, boom, look at that. And we come right back down to the support. Do you trade that way too, or do you have a slightly kind of different style? Because I've had a lot of success, not only just with like the 4-hour, 24-minute stuff, but even just marking out some key levels and watching to see what happens. Like right here, this is a great example of we broke out of the 55K area. This is the 3-minute time frame. Wow, look at that massive pump that we're still experiencing. But you know, when we got to this resistance, you could already see that Bitcoin was ramping up on these lower time frames. We printed a bottom. We're printing consecutively higher trigger waves, and we see the money flow curving to the upside. That's not going to happen if we're going to get a rejection. And then, of course, you want to follow through and see that happening, you know, on the 6-minute as well, and then like on the 12-minute as well. Man, look at this, bro.
That looks nice. It's beautiful.
This is crazy. This is a crazy pump, man. Wow. Wow, my trade's up 32%.
Look at that.
And this is not a high leverage trade. Whoa. This is
about to hit that level.
Yeah, man.
56, 300-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, my bad, bro. Let me come back to you.
You're good. You're good. I was looking at the same thing. I'm like, man, we're running up right to it.
Now that you have blue candles on, it's easier for me to look at your screen. Before I was having some trouble.
Before I was having your eyes.
It was hurting it was making me nervous with all the red. It was giving me heart palpitations.
Oh, that's never good. That's
yeah,
never good.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. I trade Market Cipher the same way you did, because I mean, or the same way you do, because you know like you said, it's very reliable. I think a lot of people. There's one thing that CryptoFace said that stuck with me the entire time I trade. Every time I'm about to hit that long button or that short button, he always said on his videos, he was like, trust your indicators. But I mean, that doesn't mean that you could get away with just, you know, staring at it once and just trading, you know, because I know a lot of people, they'll trust their indicators, but they'll use that as an excuse for failure as to why they didn't do a good TA. So, I mean, I think, like, if you guys bought Jason's course and you guys are going through everything good and, you know, you see the indicators telling you what they mean, you know, and you trust them, that's the way to go. Because Market Cipher is kind of scary accurate. Like, it kind of worries me how accurate it is, especially with the money flow. It's like a very powerful tool.
It is a very powerful tool, but like, you know, you have to know how to use it. It looks like we're getting, you know, a rejection off of this area. I'm very curious to see what's going to play out here. You know, obviously we have to dump right now because you can't have a move like that without a correction. But you know, let's watch what happens at this level right here, like 55.5. I'm so curious to see, are we going to be able to break through? This is a tough resistance, man. This is a super tough resistance. You know, like you were saying, you got the volume going on there. It's also not only that, but it's a daily level. There's just so much confluence there. It looks like things like on the 15-minute are getting a little bit overbought there on Market Cipher.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of want to see how we play out this level too, because it's kind of like those make or break situations where if we break it and, you know, mass FOMO kicks in and all those orders get triggered, we could go up. But just like basing it off of the technicals, it definitely looks like it's hitting an overextension, just because of the fact that, like, a lot of people don't do this with the money flow, but like, I'll look at the money flow and I'll see how he reacted on the previous high. Like, for example, you know, even though it's a 15, I tend to like using the 15. I don't use too many time frames, because when I use like 1 minute, 5 minute, and like, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10, it kind of messes me up. So I'll go to like the 15. I'll have a snapshot, and I'll see that we climaxed up here in money flow, and we had a bit of a correction, and now we're going up, but the money flow is not even as high as it was here. So like you said, you know, we have that divergence in money flow that is giving us confidence that if there isn't as much money in this entire pump right here than there was when we were right here, what makes us think that we're going to go, you know, any higher and break this level? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like kind of like reasoning like that.
Yeah. I like that reasoning. And yeah, shout out to in the chat, David Miller, who says BTC to 72,000. Yeah, let's hope it gets there, right?
Oh, that'd be so nice. My HODL portfolio has been hurting.
Alfredo Corona says, just took 50% profit. Where would we increase the position? Well, honestly, guys, in situations like this, I'm not really looking to increase my position because whenever we have a pump like this, a massive pump, I would want to kind of wait and see and see how things kind of play out. Especially since we're rejecting again off of the same level that we rejected off of 2 days ago, right? We had this massive wick, and now we're wicking up here again. I want to wait and play this thing out, I want to wait and play this thing out.
Maybe people are anticipating that inverse head and shoulders. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't Carl from the Moon post a video earlier about the inverse head and shoulder breakout potential?
Yeah, I saw him post it yesterday, I think it was.
Shout out to Fluffy Crypto Puffer who who closed the trade at 25.6%. Yeah, awesome. And yeah, Emery, if we do hit 72K, I will buy a dozen more chickens for the coop. But yeah.
Oh, we're getting that rejection.
Yeah, we're getting that rejection. All right, I am. I'm glad I took some profit out. That was so crazy, man.
Yeah, that was wild. I think a lot of people, they don't really try to take profits as much as they should.
Yeah, no, I agree. You cannot go broke taking profits. You cannot go broke taking profits. But
man, those are one of those sayings that's gonna stick with me forever now. I'm actually try to say that often. You can't go broke taking profits. That's the truth, man. I think a lot of people, they think that just by holding something, and it's really trading and investing isn't really how much can you make it in that move. It's how much in the long run can you not lose.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Preservation of capital, that's something I focus on a lot. If you cannot lose money, then the gains will come. Because if you're constantly losing money, then if your capital's diminishing, that's the only means by which you have to actually keep making money doing this. So the focus should always be to save your money and lock in your profits. I'd rather have, obviously, my trade was up 32%. Now I just took a lot of profit out of that. So if it keeps going up, I'm not actually going to be making 32% of my initial margin. I'm going to be making 32% of a much smaller position, but that's okay. That's okay because I know my account size is still bigger now than it was when I first entered the trade, and it's all about consistency. It's all about consistency. It's not about trying to make as much money as possible.
I agree 120, 150%, because it's like you said, preservation of capital and everything. A lot of people, it kind of slips their mind. Next thing you know, they kind of go broke. And if you know how to not lose money, then you're already 50% way of being successful. And then when it'll naturally come as you go.
Right. And if you just focus on finding those good trade setups, then you're going to keep your losses small, and you're going to keep your wins big. I mean, seriously, because if you're right here, let's say we broke above this resistance, and even if you weren't using Market Cipher and you're just saying, okay, I'm gonna long the breakout of resistance. Well, it's just as simple as putting your long position here. You put your stop loss under the last swing low, and then you set your target at the next resistance, or even up here. And it's I'm only risking, even if you put your whole account on this trade, you're only risking 0.3% of your account. That's excellent risk management, right? They recommend you don't risk more than 1% of your account, but I could say maybe 5%. But if I lose 0.3% of my account, I still have plenty of capital to find these other good trade entries, or even we'll see what happens if we come back up to test this level a little more. But if I want to short this, I simply just would enter right at the rejection, put my stop loss above the resistance, and then target down to these levels here. And yeah, it looks like we are going to come down more. The 1 minute, it looks like we were going to get another. Now it looks like, who knows? With these high volatile moves like this, it can be difficult to trade on lower time frames, right?
Yeah, it could definitely be with smaller moves, the indicators and everything could definitely be kind of like a war zone.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something very important, but I just forgot what it was.
Oh,
honestly.
Well, it's a good thing because, yeah, that reminds me, Premier Crypto, shout out to you, bro. He says if you think that this is financial advice, you'll probably get hit by lightning. And that's true, guys. This is not financial advice, right? This is entertainment purposes only, If for any reason you mistake this for being financial advice, not only will you lose all your Bitcoin, you'll lose all your Ethereum, all your XRP. You're going to lose all your fiat currency. You're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your car. You're going to get 4 flat tires. You're going to be late to work. Your boss is going to fire you. Your wife is going to be upset because you have no job. She's going to leave you. It's going to be a horrible experience. Your kids will stop talking to you. You're going to lose your keys. You're going to lose your phone. Horrible. Whoa. All because you thought that this was financial advice. What is going on here? Why am I getting a trade alert? What trade alert is this? What trade alert is this? All right, bro. ETH is pumping now. You want to take a look at that?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. All right. Let me get rid of these lines right here. It looks like we have very reduced bottom side pressure. And it seems like we're starting to overextend to the top, and money flow is keeping like a good medium. That's a 12-hour. Let me go into like a 1. Yeah, same thing. I mean, honestly, it's looking pretty good because when you see things like these bottoms wanting to go towards the zero line so well, and when you see these red dots stay above the zero line consistently, it can show like very good absorption. And I think we might kind of have like a little bit of a divergence here, like on the like from here to here. A little bit of a divergence. So I guess we just got to see how it plays out. But overall, I mean, I think this coin, Ethereum, is going to do very great because even when Bitcoin was down, Ethereum kept going. So we have this decoupling effect. But overall, as far as like the technicals are going, it might have like a short-term correction. But I think that price target, like the ones we have, like 3,100 and the 3,200, I think is definitely achievable within like the next few, like, I'd honestly say like less than a month, just because of how the acceleration of growth in the Ethereum network has been going. So I mean, we have really good money flow so far, and like a little bit of a divergence, but everything else in between is looking great. Just the simple fact that we're trending up and the money flow is having these oscillating events can mean that we may have a breakout soon to the upwards or the downward side, but overall it's looking good. I mean, this entire sustainable move right here, aside from Bitcoin's volatility, is a great sign of strength in my opinion.
Right, and it looks like we're doing well holding that support, that volume support right there.
Oh yeah, this one, right?
Yeah, we're holding that right there, and if I come over to my chart, I just want to see what I have marked out for Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum. Yes, isn't it so interesting? Ain't it so dang interesting, bro, that you have that level of the volume marked out, and it just so happens to be, the 618 of this extension that I have drawn on here. There's just so much confluence, of that being a very strong support. So it is very interesting to see how this is going to play out, because we do have the bearish divergences, but yeah, the way Ethereum's been going, these bearish divergences have resulted in tiny little corrections. I mean, I was ready to short this thing down pretty far. I was ready to short it down to like 25.73 the other day, and I just hit one of my take profits, and just one.
You know, that makes sense too, because when I see that, because I don't have that wedge on my chart, but now seeing it on your chart, it makes sense as to why my indicators are saying that we may have like a slight correction, like on the Market Cipher B. So we may just, like you said, just kind of go down and get absorbed and just keep on trending up.
Yeah, but hey, you know what else might happen here? Do you know what this reminds me of? On Market Cipher B, this reminds me of right here, where we get these like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like we might have a massive pump, because if we go back to the Bitcoin chart, and where's my Market Cipher B on Bitcoin? Oh, there it is. Where did that happen? This happened right before we hit an all-time high, I think.
Yeah, it was like overextended on the top.
Yes, look at this. Look at this. Same exact thing. That's what's happening to the Ethereum right now. We were kind of like in this ascending channel, right? And we were printing this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kaplam, and we had this massive pump. And I've kind of noticed this pattern playing out, and I think CryptoFace talks about this too, where you get this thing where there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a massive pump. You know, it reminds me of that. I'm so curious to see, because I remember this was on a Friday, and I was like, all right, guys, I was in a swing long, like this move here for a few days, and I was basically like, all right, I'm getting out because it's the weekend, and there was like I think a CME gap, or I don't know what there was, I forget, but I got out, and then Saturday night, you know, I opened up my laptop, and what do you know, massive pump, missed it. So
that's the worst.
Yeah, but this looks very similar to me, right? I mean, look at this. Look at this shape on the Market Cipher B. Now compared to this shape that we're seeing now on Market Cipher B, it's very, very similar. It's very similar.
Yeah. It's definitely a fractal. I mean, a lot of the indicators, like you were saying, they look, you know, if the indicator gives you the same readings and on like on a different chart or anything, they usually tend to play out 9 times out of 10, because the oscillator is just that consolidated data, and it's the same, you know.
Yeah. Yep, it's just the consolidated data. And money flow is getting thick for Ethereum. So even though we're printing a bearish divergences, we can see that money is flowing into the asset.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like this coin honestly, Ethereum like has always been like Bitcoin's only competitor, and I think it's only going to get crazy from here. People think Binance Coin is going to pass it and whatnot. I think Binance Coin is siphoning a little bit of the ETH user base, but like the entire idea behind ETH is really some crazy like intergalactic, you know, kind of type of technology. They're trying to really fix a bunch of crazy stuff with the Ethereum network.
Yeah. Yeah, and even though it's not the best, and there's a lot of issues to work out, you know, it's the most popular, and I think that a lot of times that's that will make it the most successful. I mean, it's the second highest market cap coin out there, so you know, obviously it has so much upward potential, and there's so many people who are adopting it right now and using it.
That's why we're living in such fun times, because I think we're now starting to see the things that everyone called us crazy about a few years ago come into fruition. The entire crypto space is just exploding.
Yeah, absolutely. Pedro the Kiwi says, best financial advice I've received. Hey, Pedro the Kiwi, this is definitely not financial advice, man. You know, we've already went through that a lot.
I was like, what? This guy's trolling.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's trolling. Yeah. That's cool.
Those are the best kinds of people. They show the most interest, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's just so it is so cool to find confluence though, because you know I typically don't you know I do put on the VPVR and mark out some volume levels, but I focus more on support and resistance and Fibonacci. That's just my style, but I need to get more into volume for sure. But just to see that crazy confluence that we have of finding the support right on the 618.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big volume guy, just because I like to see where the money is going. But like everyone has their style. Like for you, it's obviously been working very, it's been very profitable and stuff. And I think like a lot of people, they don't hone their own specific craft, and it's really good to just practice what you're doing. And then when you find something else you would like to add on, is kind of add on to those fundamentals that you've built up, and that's really how you become a very successful trader. Is really just finding a good foundation for whatever you're doing. So a lot of people they really like, guys, if you guys are listening, right, I think the best thing you could do is just relax when you trade. If you long and you're stressing out, then you didn't do your TA. Like just get out and then just go back and just, I'd honestly just say find the most comfortable environment that you can find and just trade and let everything come to you. Just chill and relax. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's definitely good advice. If you're freaking out, it's no fun. I do
Oh no.
I do see though on the 1 hour time frame for Ethereum that we are forming shorter term bearish divergence, as well as the money flow is starting to curve down toward the zero line. So yeah, well, I'm very curious to see what will happen here. There's so many things.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold my long and take profits along the way and try not to lose anything.
That's all you can do. Just snack what you can, right?
Yeah, take what the market will give to you, for sure. So yeah, definitely ETH overall I'm bullish on. These are my targets. Obviously the next one is like the 2939 level, and then the 1-to-1 extension at the around 3000, and then the 1.272% extension, which would be like 3500, and then eventually, yeah, why not shoot for the 4.236 at 7,000? I mean, right? I've heard a lot of people out there in the internet world talking about a $10,000 Bitcoin. So, I'm sorry, Ethereum. So interesting stuff, man. So you've been following the Ethereum Bitcoin pair at all?
I look at it every now and then. I really haven't gotten too good with like following the pair itself.
Yeah.
I've heard I watch this other YouTuber talk about it, and he's really good with like explaining like how the pairing works and stuff, but it just goes past my mind.
What YouTube is that?
Benjamin Cohen.
Benjamin Cohen. I've never really heard of Benjamin Cohen.
He's he's more of like a math analytics kind of guy.
Interesting. I should check him out. Yeah, the Bitcoin Ethereum pair, obviously now that Bitcoin is pumping, it's just interesting that it's rejecting off of a Fibonacci level. I just think that's so interesting how you can find confluence. Like you could say, oh, it's dumping because Bitcoin's pumping and Ethereum's staying kind of the same, but it's look at how these levels are respected, y'all. These Fibonacci levels. This is just, it can't be a coincidence that we get this discrepancy in the Bitcoin to Ethereum price right at one of these Fibonacci levels. It's crazy. We've got good old XRP. XRP doing a nice pump right now. Seems like we've been finding some kind of resistance right around the $1.60 area. But I'm looking for XRP to hit the $1.70, and then honestly, if we can break above $1.70, that area, then I'd be looking for the 1-to-1 extension, like close to $2. What do you think? Do you follow? Do you do Ripple at all? Ripple's looking super bullish right now to me. On the 2 day, we're printing a nice trigger wave here on Market Cipher B on the 2 day, which I think is significant, because the last time we printed a trigger wave on the 2 day was back on March 16th, and that's when we got the massive pump, and then we have the retracement, and now I'm using the fib tool here to measure the targets of where we're going to go, assuming we stay in the uptrend. And I don't think it's too crazy to say we could even see like over a $2 XRP, as long as Bitcoin doesn't give us a negative $10 Bitcoin.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really like the scenario, because I mean a lot of these coins, especially I kind of like I followed Ripple XRP, like what was it? Let's say like 4 months ago, and I saw XRP doing pretty good, and I was always wondering why. And that was even when they delisted it. They took it out and went to like 22 cents, and it bounced. Um, but like I think XRP is one of those coins that are it's like Ethereum, like one of those coins that just has crazy potential. And when it gets relisted, I think is the people who have XRP now are gonna really benefit a lot from it, because they're really fighting back for what they believe in. And overall, I mean, the technicals, how you were just showing, the technicals look pretty good, because the coin itself has just been appreciating at a crazy, crazy rate, and stuff like that it's not for no reason. Like you always have a reason for everything that happens, and it's just a really good sign of strength.
Yeah, I got out of Ripple back in November when all the lawsuit stuff was happening, and over the summer I was trading the Ripple Bitcoin pair and made a killing on it,
Nice.
because the way that pair is set up, just like the smallest price movement, you could make so much. Like, I remember it was just the smallest, like trading on like the 1 minute time frame. You could make like 3-4% in like a couple minutes, which was pretty crazy. Just trading it spot on Binance, Bitcoin to Ripple. But then I got out of it with the lawsuit stuff, and I stopped paying attention to it at all, which was dumb, obviously, because of all the pumps, right? But
Yeah, I did the same thing.
I'm in it again now. But yeah, I mean, look at Market Cipher on the daily. It's like the VWAP is pointing to the upside now. The RSIs are still relatively low as far as pumpage goes, right? Like we just crossed over the 60 line, right? Which usually, to put it in perspective, like the last time we got like a daily trigger wave below the 0 line, when the RSIs started to cross over the 60, we still had a pretty long ways to go in the pump. So, obviously we're coming into some resistance right here, but this level right here, this fib level of the 786, around $1.75 ish. I really think if we break that, we're going to see some move to the upside for sure. The 4 hour, look at this. We just had a money flow crossover on the 4 hour, and so what looks like what might have to happen is we might have to come up, cool off a little bit, and then print another green trigger wave right in here. And this money flow, on the 4 hour, if it keeps getting thicker and thicker, I mean, this could really be really awesome. I mean, just take a look at how high the money flow came during the last pump. I mean, even if the money flow doesn't get as high as it did during the last pump on the 4 hour, and it only gets like maybe like halfway, then we still have quite some time here for the money flow to come up.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm doing like on the spot TA right now for XRP, and I mean it just looks overall like extremely bullish.
What time frame is this? The daily.
Yeah, I'm on the daily right now, and I'm looking at the money flows.
Yeah, higher highs.
Yeah, like you have the red money flow reducing, and then the green money flow increasing. So yeah, like lower lows on the bottom, higher highs on the top, and then the overall trend, it's like it's just so you can just see it's clear as day and night. Because when you have the bottom side reducing to such a degree, and you have the top side accepting the price to such a degree, it really gets to the point where you're gonna print like a trigger wave like this. And now, because I mean, sometimes people get faked out. They always pay attention to the top and go for the anchor and trigger wave strategy, and it's okay to do that. I just think people don't look at the top side and see how much acceptance there is of upside potential. And like in the market on the daily, like when it looks like this, where you have these nice, beautiful like trigger or momentum waves to the upside, it's a very good time to trade it, because the volatility reducing on the bottom for such a time and the money flow increasing at such a rate, it's just a good recipe for success on the long term. It's looking really good.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's looking super good, And I like the way you draw the channel on the Market Cipher B like that. Jose V says, if you have one Bitcoin and you use it for trading and you already have 1 year with it, will you have this? Will you have the same Bitcoin? Just asking because of taxes. Jose, unfortunately, I don't give tax advice. But what I would say is make sure that you have an accountant and or lawyer that you trust who can help you with those types of things. And make sure that you're aware of the laws in your local area, because that does change from area to area. So, yeah.
So that's the best advice right there, honestly. So find like a professional.
Yeah, I've got myself a lawyer, I've got myself an accountant, and I trust them both, and I do what they say. Because, hey, I don't know that stuff. The laws are crazy, and they're always changing. So,
Yeah,
just got
taxes
to
are pretty nuts too.
find someone who you trust and trust them enough with your freedom, right? Because if you do it wrong, you could end up in a bad place.
Yeah, taxes are nothing to play with either, especially with the way things have been going right now.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, do you hear about that how the president wanted to increase the taxes to like 40%, was it?
Yeah, right.
20?
43% for capital gains tax. Yeah.
I was like, no way. Because I remember when I was younger, I was always like, yeah, the rich, tax them. They need to pay their share, this and that. But with the way things are going, it's really, I wouldn't say the wisest move, because you really need, especially with the way things are now, you want like a lot of capital to flow into the economy, not away from it. And when you tax people who are, who are putting in their effort and their money on the line, they'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's like your money's no good here.
Yeah. That's interesting. Zayshawn Khan wants to know, in the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, if we get a 4-hour trigger wave, but the Wolfpack ID crosses above the zero line on the next candle, can we consider it? Zayshawn, shout out to you, my brother. Hey, by any chance, you're not from New Jersey, are you, Zayshawn Khan? I know a guy named Zayshawn Khan from New Jersey. But anyway, so basically, we are stacking. Dang, bro, these trades are nuts. We are stacking the probabilities in our favor, and there is some wiggle room, right? We can wiggle around a little bit if we want to. As far as the Wolfpack ID goes, Wolfpack ID. So like, if I would say, for me, I want to see strength in the Wolfpack. I want to see that we've printed a V, like a V, and it's at least heading up. There's like the most ideal textbook conditions that we could possibly have, but you're not always going to find the most perfect textbook conditions for every trade, right? Really, even with the 4-hour, 24-minute strategy, if you want to play it by the book, then you would have to wait for the Wolfpack to confirm. And it's going to keep you out of more trades, but it's going to ensure that you're winning more trades. But, if you get more experienced and you have a good entry, then you could say, okay, I see that the Wolfpack ID is starting to point upwards, so I'm going to try and pre-run it a little bit. But if you get a green dot and the Wolfpack ID is like horizontal or pointing down like this, then I would be careful with that. Shout out to Premier Crypto. Grandpa Litecoin, the Grandpa Litecoin story. Do you know the Grandpa Litecoin story, bro? Have you ever heard me?
No, I don't. This is my first time actually hearing about it.
Well, it's not a real story because I don't have a Southern grandfather, but I'm super bullish on Litecoin, and right now Litecoin is getting a little rejection off of this 0.5 Fibonacci level. But people always ask me, why am I so bullish on Litecoin? Well, actually, speaking of Litecoin, guys, Litecoin is trading within this ascending wedge pattern right here. Let's go to the 2-day real quick. Look at this. Just so you're aware, we tend to get bounces off of this lower trend line here. So if Litecoin does reject off of one of these fib levels and we come back down, look for a bounce off of this to come back up, because what seems to happen is we'll will come, will hit the bottom, will hit the top, hit the bottom, reject off a middle point, hit the top, come down. I'd be looking for a rejection off of one of these areas here to enter into maybe a short if you short Litecoin, and then also if we do come back down and test this, maybe look for a long. Not financial advice. But people always ask, why am I so bullish on Litecoin? And I always say it's because it's one of those high cap coins. Like if we go to Coin Market Cap, people who are just getting into crypto, right? They go to Coinbase, and there's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there's Litecoin, and new investors, they will just buy these higher cap coins, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum. They don't know anything about these projects. Like people who are new to crypto, they don't know anything about Ethereum. They don't know anything about Bitcoin Cash. They just come on here and they see these coins and they buy them because they think, well, if Bitcoin can go that high, then Litecoin can also go that high. And so I always joke around saying it's like, I've been telling my grandfather to get into Bitcoin for so long. He's like, you know what, son? I'm not going to get into that Bitcoin because, it ain't real money. You know what I mean? I trust in the dollar because it's backed by the integrity of the United States of America. Then when he finally does, when I finally convince him to go to Coinbase.com, he's like, you know what, son? I went on to, what was that, Coinbase.com, right? I done see me some Bitcoin, got some of that, but you ever heard of this other thing called Litecoin? Because I was thinking, if Bitcoin can go up to $60,000, I mean, it's only a matter of time before the Litecoin gets up there too, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's just the mindset of a lot of new retail investors,
No, I feel that way. My wife wants to say hi real quick. She was like talking to me while you were talking, and I heard what you said. Babe, say hi real quick. Just say hi. Come over.
Hello.
Do you hear her?
What's up, Mrs. C-137?
He said, what's up, Mrs. C-137? Nah, she was like, I heard the whole thing. She just started talking to me last minute because she's going to take the dog to the vet. That's funny, though, man. That's funny because, that's really how it is, though. It's a super relatable story.
Yeah.
That's freaking hilarious, man. I'm actually, that's kind of awesome that somebody on your chat jumped in and says, tell us the Grandpa Litecoin story. That's awesome, man.
Lydon Cherkop wants to know, does the 4-hour, 24-minute work on alts? The principle works on alts, but you have to tweak it, man. Go back to Market Cipher tutorial playlist on my channel. I have a video just about trading altcoins, all right? People are asking about Binance Coin. Yeah, I'm long on Binance Coin. I just hit one of my take profits. Let me see if I can find that chart. Yeah, this is it here. So I was trading this. I actually posted this trade in my private Discord. But anyway, yeah, these are my targets for Binance Coin. We just hit this first take profit here at $620, and then my next target would be 670, and then my next target would be right around 735. Just based on this fib extension, right? Assuming that the uptrend continues, because the trend is your friend until the end. We're in the uptrend, retracement, uptrend, retracement, uptrend. These are my targets as far as this trade goes here. And I had my stop down here because I entered before the breakout. So, yeah,
Nice.
BNB, that's where I'm at with BNB. Money flow getting thick. 12-hour, look at this on the 12-hour. Money flow getting nice and thick for BNB.
Man, BNB is a resilient coin.
Yeah, super resilient. Super resilient.
I was gonna add to what you were saying about the whole the Grandpa Bitcoin story. That's actually like a smart way to trade, because I think a lot of traders, they don't look at, you made a lot of sense when you said that. A lot of people, because I try to talk to some of my friends, when they're looking into buying a coin, they'll be like, oh, I can't buy this coin because it's too expensive. But they're not really they don't have that investor mindset of no matter how much capital you put in, all that matters is the percentage gains.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so weird how people don't get that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's so expensive. I can't afford that. like,
I'm
well,
just like, man, like, what if this thing does like a 7x? Like, and they're just like, what do you mean? Like, it costs this much? I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. Like, it's like
yeah,
you can still make money,
yeah. It's
you
strange,
know?
strange.
That's so funny. That's why Doge is going up. You have like these super cheap coins with like such a high circulating supply, and people just pile into it and they pump the heck out of it. It just goes up all the way, and then some people get rich, and then it just goes down. It's like a cycle. It's like a endless cycle. Like how it is on Earth. You got the predators, and then you got the prey, and then that's it. That's really everything life is. It's a fulfilling cycle of life.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, it's interesting stuff, man. You got the
Oh yeah.
you got the XRP chart pulled up now. Um, what other are there any other coins that you want to go over right now?
Mhm. Let me see. I'm super big into Binance Coin, but I have like a really deep fundamental understanding of Binance Coin as to why it's gonna go up. Um,
Let's talk
like
about it, man. Let's get your
oh for
expertise,
sure.
the
Oh for sure.
C-137 expertise.
Let me see Binance. I'll pop up the chart while I talk about it. I'm like too scared to like move my arm over, and I'm gonna spill my soda.
Oh
So I'm
no,
just like, you ever just try to like not spill your soda? Oh, that's a Bitcoin one.
I don't drink soda.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about this.
I drink water, coffee, black, and I drink carbonated seltzer. That's about it.
I like carbonated seltzer. Where's the? I don't see the. Where's the? I'm looking for the perpetual contracts. Here it is. That's all good. I'll just use this one. Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, that's BTC. I don't see. Do you see the BNB perpetual contracts on here? Oh, here it is. I did not see that before. Okay. Yeah, I had so I was looking at this chart. I kind of like I keep my TA super simple. I developed a lot of my trading support and resistance strategies off of your videos, honestly. Because when I first started, man, not many YouTubers were actually explaining this in a way that could be easily understandable. And when I ran into your channel and I started seeing how you traded based off of support and resistance, and like I started understanding like the Wyckoff method or the Wyckoff method, and like how supply and demand worked, because like I was a really big noob. I was like, I ask a lot of questions. Why does when the price taps a line, why does it reverse? I didn't know anything at the time. Like, why is that? I mean, the line doesn't really exist. It's not really there. So why is the price respecting these lines? And then I seen how you were trading support and resistances, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. What he's saying is that it's a supply and demand zone. I kind of started puzzling it, and I think Binance Coin is going to be one of the best coins because right now, Binance Coin, they have a burning protocol. A lot of people know about this, but it's really good for those that don't know what's going on. Binance Coin, they burnt over $600 million in USD value, and that was only 0.65% of the supply of Binance Coin. So theoretically speaking, as the value versus USD increases, the valuation, the less of the supply that's going to be burnt. So like I personally believe that this is the beginning of something insanely crazy, because we're at $606 right now, and we burnt $600 million, and that's only 0.65%. So the price went from $45 the previous burn to the next one being at 541, and they do that every quarter, and they're doing that until the Binance Coin supply reaches only reaches only 100 million. So they still have to burn 53 million more coins to hit that circulating supply of only 100 million. And the coin itself has really good utility, because when you go to the Binance Exchange, when you buy something, they convert whatever a little bit. Like, when you buy like some Bitcoin or something, or when you're trading with Bitcoin, you have like 0.00527 left over of like a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they convert that into the Binance Coin automatically. So like it doesn't seem like a lot at first, but I think in accumulated scales, when you have Binance Coin doing that, and when you have everyone buying Binance Coin, because you get like discounts on your maker and taker fees. So like let me see, Binance Coin. You get you save up to 75% based off of the fee structure. If you do the math, like I know it's in percentages, but if you like do the math based off of how much you're saving on the maker and taker fees, if you have over, I think it's 500 BNB, you save up to like 70% based off of their maker and taker. And it's like, it even says right here, BNB 25% off. It's like why not take the value that you currently have in USD, convert it over to BNB and trade with it, and they're burning it on and they're making it a deflationary currency, and the use case for it is insane because they also have they have finance, what's it called, staking / lending. They have a rewards when you stake and lend, so like you can stake your BNB on the Binance Exchange, and and on top of all of this going on, right, and it just gets better and better. I have all these tabs because I did a lot of research for it a while ago. Binance Exchange 24-hour volume. If you look at this kind of blows your mind. If you look at the 24-hour volume traded by the Binance Exchange, if I can get it open. So it's like it's a crazy amount. I'm trying to find the one where you can compare it to the rest. I think it's on CoinMarketCap, right? Or which one is it? Which website? Exchanges volume. Yeah, and so like when you get to see the top exchanges, like look at this, like look at Binance Exchange, 37 I think that's 37 billion compared to the right, and you see the rest, and you can like look at the rest and be like, wow, even if I add up all these, I might not even get to this much. So like you have like the Binance coin appreciating, the exchange being used at a crazy rate. You can stake it, you can save money, and now you have all these other DeFi platforms being built on Binance. The Binance Smart Chain uses the same developer tools as the Ethereum network. So like they're siphoning the Ethereum network right now. It might not look like it, but if you go to DeFi Pulse, it'll give you information on what it's looking like. And so Binance and Ethereum are essentially based off of the entire DeFi craze that's happening. And so with Ethereum having congestion issues at the time that won't be decongested until July when the EIP 1559 comes out, Ethereum is Binance coin is just taking the spotlight right now. They're being very resilient because they're siphoning the user base from Ethereum, and they're appreciating their coin at a crazy rate. Wow. Crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, man. I've never looked into it like that. The Last Samurai says Bitcoin will dump at 60K, target 30K, thank me later. The Last Samurai, if you're right, man, I will thank you. That's crazy, man. That is some crazy. Yeah, you still there?
Oh, yeah. No, I feel like I was talking over you, so I just stopped.
Oh, no. My bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So it's a good thing that I'm into. People are saying Theta's pumping. Let's take a look at Theta.
Theta.
It's pumping, but if we look at the 12-hour, it's still just consolidating and what looks to be like a bull flag type of thing. I'm a real big Theta guy. I am a real big Theta guy. Unfortunately, I accumulated a whole bunch of Theta right here, because of the money flow, the money flow cross on the 4-hour, and whoops, how did that work out for me? Not so great, right? But I'm still overall bullish on Theta.
That's how you gotta be. You gotta keep your bias. You can't switch up.
Yeah, I'm bullish on Theta. My younger brother, he's really into Theta. He made like hundreds of thousands of dollars, just not even trading it, just investing in it, because he's been into it from like the beginning, pouring all this money into it, telling me, come on, get into it. And I was like the grandpa, you know what, little brother, I ain't gonna get into none of that Theta stuff, right? I don't know what that is, but I got my Bitcoin and I'm happy with that, right? I've been planting fields of Bitcoin for decades, all right? Since before you were born. And he was right, man. But once I started trading it, I actually did get into Theta back in February. That's actually when I officially got into it, right during this accumulation period. And then I did make a good amount on it. But unfortunately, I thought we were going to get another breakout, because it really did look like we were forming this kind of like this kind of deal here going on. At first I thought it was maybe a symmetrical triangle forming. Then I thought maybe it was a wedge, but now I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know. And I haven't been doing that thorough TA on it because it's been just kind of doing nothing for a while. So I've been kind of sitting on the sidelines, shifting my focus, to other coins as well. Link is another one that's kind of like messing with me too, bro. Because I thought that we were gonna break out of this, and we did, but we missed my take profit by like literally a couple cents.
Oh, that's the
And then we
worst.
got a dump. I know.
Oh, that's the
I
worst.
know, man. Oh man. So
That's like where that resiliency comes in, where you're just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna be cool about it. I'm fine. I'm fine. But you know, deep inside, you're not fine.
yeah, I mean it sucks, bro. But that's why you just gotta, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Like even on the farm, I don't put all my eggs in one basket in the literal sense. And you gotta go into these trades knowing that they might not turn out the way you want, but as long as you're not risking, um, you know, more than 1% of the money that you have to trade. For me, I have different accounts but as long as you're not risking more than 1%, then you're good, right? You're good.
Exactly. All about that preservation.
It's all about preservation of your capital, el capital, el capital.
I think it is El Capital. I think. I'm Hispanic, and I honestly don't even know.
Are you Hispanic?
Yeah. I'm from Puerto Rico. I came to the States when I was like 8, so I learned English like pretty fast.
Nice, man. See, I'm Cuban, but well, I'm everything. I'm a whole bunch of stuff, but I do have Spanish roots from Spain, and then they moved to Cuba, and then, my grandfather he came here. He came here when he was like a teenager in the 40s, and he didn't
Oh
know
wow.
English, and he had no education that was recognized by the United States. And man, that generation, he came here with nothing. He worked his way up, ended up becoming like second in command of like a really big business that like made like hair dye and stuff for women. And
Nice.
he became a very very successful man. And he never, to this day, he's 93 now, about to turn 94. He's still like just lives a super humble life. Um, he'll do anything for anybody, man. He would give you the shirt off his back. He's still out there gardening, doing all the yard work and stuff. He's 94 almost. It's crazy.
Wow. That's how a lot of Cuban people that I've met, they're and a lot of Dominicans and Puerto Rican, like people from the Caribbean, they're very they're very giving. And even my wife, like my wife, she's my wife is Mexican, but her family, they're very traditional, very giving, very helpful people. It's kind of insane how things are when you kind of like take a step back from like the States and look at like how the world runs.
Yeah,
Bunch of awesome cultures and stuff out there.
yeah. We have way less fun. Yeah, that's true. Latin people in general. Yeah, they have a lot of fun. Me and my wife. I mean, I consider myself white because like I'm I'm s-
um,
I'm such a mutt. I'm so far removed from all those cultures. I'm white, right?
Oh, I'm the same way. I people see me and they don't even expect me to be Puerto Rican because I'm very light skinned, like super like I'm pretty much white. People see me and they're just like there'll be like little groups of Puerto Ricans talking like where I used to work at, and I'll just jump in. I'll be like, hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? La la la, and they'll be like, they'll just stop talking, pause, and be like, whoa, you can speak Spanish? I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm Puerto Rican too. Like, what's up? I'm like, I'm such an
Nice.
outlier, man. It's fun though. I love it though. I love it. I love seeing people's faces.
Yeah, I've got tons of stuff in me, man. Like Italian, Jewish, Cuban, white, Scottish, like everything, man. So,
Oh,
hey,
nice.
shout out to Super Kitty in the chat. Super Kitty is in the chat. Shout out to Super Kitty, guys. Super Kitty does some excellent technical analysis. Uh, she's on TradingView. You can even find her on Discord if you're interested in some awesome technical analysis. Um, Here, let me see
Is
here.
she in your Discord?
She's not in my Discord, but she has her own Discord right here, Super Kitty.
I'm gonna check
Uh,
it out.
yeah, she's legit, man. Yeah, you should join her Discord. Um,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, join it,
I think
and yeah, her and her son, they do some good stuff. They do some good stuff.
nice. I think like a lot of people's TAs is very. It's like finding gold.
Oh yeah, hers for sure is like finding gold. Let me see if I can get on TradingView.com. I wonder if I can just search for her here. Oh no, I'm getting trading alerts. Yeah, here
So
she is. Here she's on TradingView. Check her out. She posts some really good stuff. Seriously. Um. All right.
searching that up right now. I was gonna say, Jason, I know this is your stream, but do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure, man. I have to head out kind of soon, but yeah, absolutely. Please ask me some questions, bro.
Okay, I got you. I want to ask this one. Were you ever a Bitcoin maximalist at one point?
Uh, I don't know, man. When I first got into, yeah, I guess so, because when I first heard about cryptocurrency, it was literally just hearing about Bitcoin. I forget how I heard about it, but I've never been what people would consider a Bitcoin maximalist. I've always been more of an alternative thinker when it comes to the world in general, and really just understanding the financial system and everything that we find ourselves in today. I was always looking for ways to hedge against an imminent financial collapse, right? And so
Okay.
when I heard about Bitcoin, I said, wow, this sounds awesome. And then obviously when I started to look into it more, because this was back in like 2015, 2016, I saw, hey,
Oh wow.
there's more than just Bitcoin. And then by the time I started actually like really accumulating hardcore, it was 2016, and I'm just accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Litecoin and Monero and Dash and all those coins that were popular back in those days.
Yeah, yeah. So,
And
so you kind of like diversified your mindset.
yeah, because I had a feeling that especially like Ethereum at the time was going to do really really well, and Ethereum was cheap when I got into it. It was like a couple bucks. You know, so
It was a bargain. Yeah,
yeah,
I respect that a lot, man. Me and you kind of see things the same way as far as like how we see the markets. You have to be very open minded with this because a lot of coins, they trade up based off of their value, and like value is very, very, very subjective. I mean, obviously value is fixed, but like the perception of that value, very subjective.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it's really like just for me, it was the for me it was just the because I'm expecting things to get pretty bad like financially, right? And
Yeah, same.
so that's why I got into crypto, to be honest with you. And Bitcoin right now is getting a very clean rejection off of this resistance that we have marked out right here. It's very clean.
Let me see. I'm gonna check it out on
Look at
mine.
that. Look at how
Is that that
clean.
level? Is that that level we were talking about? The key
56.3.
resistance.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's getting a pretty hard rejection right now. Let's yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's clear that we came up to the resistance. And now look at this. We're just getting the clear direction on the lower time frames on the oscillator. Uh, yeah, interesting. Curious to see what happens.
It's a lot of good stuff. You mind if I ask you one last question?
Please, man, ask me anything you want.
Okay. What are your personal thoughts on real estate? How do you see real estate? Like any kind, really. Like it could be land, it could be investment property, like apartment complexes, or even like a residential. Like I just want to see what you think about it. I don't hear many crypto investors talk about real estate, and I mean I kind of have my own opinion about it, but I just want to hear other people's opinions, like share some thoughts.
Yeah, well, I'm not really into real estate at all, but I will tell you that the only true wealth you can have in life is property and livestock. That's it. Because everything that everybody does, working a job, uh, any kind of work you do, at the end of the day, it's so that you can eat and have a house and a place for your family. And the raw materials to have those things are property and livestock. And I guess you could say real estate is property. So it's obviously, if you have it, it's a very, very valuable, tangible asset that has a real world application. Like you could have all the Bitcoin in the world. That's not going to help you if you don't have food and if you don't have a house and nobody's willing to take that Bitcoin for food or a house. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Wow, that's actually a really, really, really good way of putting it.
yeah, so
Wow.
if you have that, if you're investing in real estate and you own real estate, I mean, you have the raw materials, not so much apartment complexes, but more so, parcels of land and stuff like that. So that's kind of
Yeah.
my take. I know my house, just because of what's going on, has appreciated in value so much, which is interesting. So obviously, if you're into it now, I guess it's really good because at least in the rural areas, like I'm in the middle of nowhere, people are trying to get out of the cities like crazy right now because of everything that's going on. And
Oh, yeah, the whole pandemic and everything.
yeah, because people don't want to be locked down and this and that, and like, so people are coming out to the more rural areas. In my area, the house prices have just gone up like crazy, and land used to be you used to be able to get like a couple $1,000s per acre, and that's gone up like crazy just in my area.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's pretty cool though. I mean, the cities is kind of getting overrated anyways. There's just like a bunch of it all starts off in the cities, especially the riots and stuff happening. Oh, you
yeah.
got a nice super chat.
Hey, shout out to Super Kitty for the super chat. It's a Super Kitty chat. Thank you, Super Kitty.
I'm definitely gonna look at her TA.
Yeah, dude, check it out, man. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, bro. Do you have any other things you want to talk about before we end this?
No, I know you have some stuff going on, and we'll probably get more opportunities to exchange thoughts and talk and stuff. I just want to say, man, I'm just very grateful for for you having me on stream. I started doing this. I left my whole job to do crypto, and I'm getting a once in a lifetime opportunity here. You kind of just helped me out a lot. I learned a lot from you too, man. A lot. Like I seen your YouTube channel around the same time I came across Crypto Faces, and you really were a big fundamental point for my trading. And I learned a lot from you, man. It means a lot that I'm actually getting to talk to you. I just want to let you know I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, cool, man. I'm glad to hear that. Samir Rashid, do I do crypto full time? Yes, I do. This is currently the only thing I do. This is currently it. I had other businesses as well, but I had to kind of step down from them because this starting this YouTube channel, it got way too much to handle. But yeah, man, absolutely, it was an honor to have you on the show. I like you. I like your TA, man. I watch your videos. I watch your streams. Looks like Bitcoin's doing pretty good right now, holding this resistance, but it does look like we're gonna come down at least a little bit here. Potentially retest some of these levels. I'm expecting us to hit 58K. I'm expecting us to hit 58K. We got the green dot in the 4 hour. It would not surprise me if we hit 58K.
Yeah, that's a big 4 hour candle. Wow.
Yeah, and look at just how this happened here. Like this big old wick rejection. It happened. It looked like we were gonna get the money flow cross, but really, this was still pretty high. This momentum wave, and now that we've come down below the zero line, I think that gives us, like I always like to look at it like a trampoline, like throwing rocks off a house onto a trampoline. Like you throw them from here to here, you get a little bounce, but you throw them from here to here, it's like kapow.
That's a huge bounce.
Yeah, and we see this this overall direction as things are coming up, right, connecting the green dots with the red dots. We can kind of see that direction happening there. But
that was a good metaphor.
Bro, I'm all about the metaphors.
Have you ever thrown rocks off your house into your trampoline before?
Oh, of course, man. Of course, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do when I'm not trading is throwing rocks off the house onto a trampoline.
Oh, man. Did you crack me up, bro?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it. I can imagine somebody going to do that right after you say just throwing a rock into the trampoline, coming back and saying, "Hey, I broke the trampoline."
Yeah, it could happen.
That's on the price stops right there.
You got to make sure you have an extra strong one, and
got to make sure it's a good layer of support, right?
Yeah. Has to be a good layer of support. Yeah. Absolutely, you have to have a good layer of support. And yeah, bro, I'll have to have you back on the stream, man, because this is good. I always think it's good. To get multiple perspectives on technical analysis, because everyone's looking at this from a different perspective, the same thing from a different perspective, and sometimes you'll see something and you'll be like, wow, I didn't notice that, and then you'll see it gives it adds confluence to something that you were already looking at. Like just today, right? You were showing me your charts and how I had a certain fib level marked out, and I just so happened to, and then you had your volume point of control was marked out in the same exact area, and it's just like, wow, look at that! I just found another level of confluence to add confidence to my technical analysis. So, it's good to have you on. For people, check out other YouTubers. I watch a whole bunch of people on YouTube. I follow people on TradingView. It's the way to do it,
Oh yeah, it definitely is. That's why when I started my Discord, I started it with a belief of sharing ideas, like a hub to exchange ideas. That's why I like your Discord, because you have like a beginners area and then like an advanced area. So I gotta get better at like categorizing my Discord, but like the general idea behind it was like we're really all just one. If you think about it, we're all just one team. Like we all know what Bitcoin is worth, and I think when we're all on the same page about things and get more confluence, there's no reason why we should leave like a fellow hodler behind. It's
Yeah,
just no point.
yeah, for sure. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to cut the stream here, but I do hope that the Lord blesses each one of you listening to this, and yeah, may God bless you guys in the name of Jesus, in the name of Yeshua the Messiah, and receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which means, may the Lord bless you and protect you and guard you, and may he cause his face to shine light upon you, and may he have grace upon you, and may he lift up his face upon you and give you peace and wholeness in the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, bro. Sounds good. I will be in touch, man, and we'll have to do this on a regular basis. I would like to do that if that's cool with you, man.
Oh, of course, man, dude. I love the way you see things, man. You explain things in a very very simplified way, and I'm always honored to be on your stream, man.
Cool, man. Cool. All right, everybody. Peace.
Later, guys.